Okay, guys. So first of all, glad to be here. And sort of missed the first NFTOPIA, but now I'm here full force. Well, you guys know me. I've been around Wax for 2 years. Actually, had the atomic birthday 2 weeks ago, and
Nice.
yeah, it was kind of cool seeing that. It's been 2 fucking years since I've started this thing, and it took me places that I wouldn't believe. Last year, Comic Con in England with Drawn Company, and this year also we're doing it in November. So it's like, if anybody asks me what an NFT did to you, I got a good answer. I'm not rich, but it took me places, and it was very, very cool. Um, so I've been doing in the last 2 years lots of pixel art, lots of half meme, fake gaming related stuff. If you know the wax strikes and all the other stuff I do, and I decided to try to take it to another level and try and make more virals. Um,
Okay.
so what I've started doing is actually producing stickers. That's the first step, and actually making most of the wax strikes, turning them into stickers, and eventually printing 3D mini wax strikes that you can like hang or put in your fridge or stuff like that. It's still like under production. Still trying to get the good quote for the best 3D printing because it's going to be mass product. It's not going to be like a dozen. It's going to be a couple of hundreds. And besides that, I don't know if you're aware. Some of the people here, some of the people even here saw the Broken Dolls Ninja Swipe game, which is a nice, fun, skill-based casual game. And I had a lot of like thoughts about how to do this because I didn't want to do a play-to-earn game, and I wanted to do something a little bit differently. So I've been postponing it for the last couple of months to get it right. And I've partnered with somebody that I cannot say yet because it's not closed. But the game will probably be part of something bigger.
Cool.
Yeah, and I hope I can next couple of days or weeks have more announcements about that because we're still trying to figure out money and stuff like that. Um, and that's what's going on. The thing is, me, everything can change. Cause I mean, not change. It's like I like to do what I do. I really like to do the art. I feel that Wax is sort of like a huge social network. It sort of reminds me of like old days in DeviantArt when everybody used to know everybody, and I really really enjoy doing this. So there are times that I just wake up in the morning and got a brand new idea, and I just let's fucking go and just do it. And it's totally different than the other stuff. There's the doodles I've started doing kind of recently, and I've got the PFP on NFT Hive with their amazing PFP creator tool. It's the Crumb. I don't know if you've seen it. It's been going out pretty good, and just keep on pushing, keep on pushing. Like, just love to see this space evolve. And it seems that every a day that passes, there's something new. And you always want to be updated. You always want to be on the spot. Of everything. And that's pretty much.
Yeah, that's awesome. 2 years on here just doodling away. I love what you just said, where it's like, oh, sometimes I just wake up and I have an idea and it could be completely different, and I just roll with it. That is the spirit of a independent creator, just a creative person. And here you're on Wax, just doodling away, and that's awesome. And
What a lot of people don't understand, I think, that like we talk about utility and NFTs. We talk about like gaming. We talk about in real life stuff. But there's one thing that we all have, and it's an amazing distribution tool.
mm-hmm.
Like when I used to go to fairs and sell my art, I used to do that. I used to make crafts and stuff like that. if the fair had 100 people, I would reach probably 80 people. If the convention had 1,000 people, I would reach maybe 100 people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm sitting at my home, reaching people from places that I'd never imagined
Yeah.
that I could. We got like you guys from the States, Mystics from Canada. I got friends in Argentina. Drawn is in England. It's you know this tool is such an amazing distribution, and I think in the future NFTs are gonna go into the marketing realm. Because if you're a brand and you want to go like, okay, my real life work is I'm a graphic designer. I do banners. Whenever somebody clicks a banner, there's a pay per click. The guy who advertised pays I don't know, $1 per click, whatever. But my NFTs, like, it's so weird. People pay money to get my banners. You know what I mean? To get my art,
Mm-hmm.
which is like turning the whole industry upside down. I believe once big advertising companies, and I'm not talking about brands. We always talk about brands, but nah, the people who tell the brand what to do are the advertising companies when it comes down to it. When big advertising companies realize the strength of NFTs, of the distribution of NFTs, I think it could change like the industry, change a hell of a lot of stuff. And that's something I really want to explore in the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm. That's the spirit. I love it.
Um, okay, I wonder if I can
Yeah,
share a.
if you wanted to show like yeah your different arts and talk about them, how they came about, that would be really dope.
So yeah, I just these are sort of like the wax stripes I did, um, and I think all of them sort of represent stuff that we in the crypto NFT life, that's what we do. Like all of the stuff, keep on grinding, crypto life, everything is fine. It's a scam. These are stuff that we actually say almost every day, or even a couple of times a day.
Yeah.
And I like to make memes. I used to have a really big meme page in my native language, with like 10,000 people and stuff. And
Wow.
I really like old school gaming, and like combining those stuff. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, some people that see the wax strike tell me like they don't know what it is. It just made them smile because
Mm-hmm.
it reminds them of their childhood, and it's got this like wink to current stuff that's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought exactly that when I first saw it. I was like, hey, that's a Game Boy cartridge. Hey, wax tridge. Hey, I like that. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I got to be honest. The first when I first came to Wax, one of the first thing I saw was the Atari. I don't know if you remember the Atari collection is one of the first collections on Wax. And I was like, this is cool. I mean, they took Atari, which is like a dead brand, and gave it life, like
Yeah.
life after death in Web3. And I was so interested how can I make it happen in like other places. So one of the collabs I did is with Alchemy Gothic, which is an old 80s brand that if you write Alchemy Gothic on Google, you'll see the skull that everybody knows, everybody's seeing it. It's like an 80s metal thing. And I did a collab with them. They're small now, they're not like huge, they were in the 80s. And we gave out a couple of real prizes to people who participated. Like there was a pack. They had to get all three different ones and blend them. And the first five that blend them got a real life poster sent to her, like a real a big ass flag with a skull on it. It was pretty cool. And I think that like one of the stuff that we can do on this space is actually revive old brands. And that's another thing I'm really trying to investigate and reaching out.
Huh.
Um,
That's really
yeah,
interesting.
I should show you sometimes my emails with those like old dead companies that doesn't understand what I want from them. And And you know what's most important for me is having fun. Really, I'm not. Yeah, earning is amazing. I don't think right now Wax in a position that uh, a one man project can really really make profit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not aiming for that. I mean, if Wax was $5, yeah, that's a totally different story. Yeah,
Yeah.
if Wax was $5, I'd own a house. But yeah, you know. Um, so so with that, it sort of gives me sort of a relaxation that I'm really doing it for the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when me and Drone Company were in Comic Con, a lot of people told us like you're gonna get stoned. People are gonna hear NFT. They're gonna crucify you. Thing is that because Wax is cheap, the whole money investing stuff is just out of the window. No, nobody cares. Like when we show them that you can buy a whole series of this thing, serious one from Drone Company, and you can buy it for like $10. That's that's not an investment. That's a collection.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And something I think something people understood and people started like so we don't have to call them NFTs. We can call them digital collectibles. I'm like, yeah, 100%. You can call them, whatever you like. I mean, when you play a game, you don't care if the game is made on C++ or on Unity. You care if it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I see stuff. Like,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and you're on point about that, and that's partly why Wax community is so awesome. I mean, that's a lot why. Because they're not here. Yeah, they're not here to profit like you see on Shane. So when they are here for the collection, the artists, whatever it is, the project, the games, then they become actual community members, and we love that.
yeah.
And like he said when we started, we have friends from all over the world. Well, you were mentioning you're making sales all over the world. That's true. We have friends all over the world now that are
Yeah.
close to me too, like that are closer to me than people I know in real life. And that's just a
Oh my God,
beautiful,
bro.
beautiful
There,
thing.
there are people. There are people I haven't met. I talk to more than I talk to people in real
Exactly.
life. You
Yeah.
know.
And you're very active in just in general on in the space. You're like almost a household name just for being an independent artist. You're on Twitter and doing all sorts of things.
Yeah, I really like the people. I really like the community. I really like the atmosphere that
Hmm.
is around.
And
Cause
you're one of the few that's on Facebook too. And
yeah,
so when I
trying
started,
to.
you're one of the first. Yeah, fun fact, y'all. This Broken Dollz here was our first collab, a wax collab on ConsumerBreak, our very first one. But our collection was launched already for a few months, and I was just like toiling away and doing things. I wasn't streaming or anything like that. And Puzzled Puzzler, of course, you guys know is helping me a whole bunch with promotion, and she's on Facebook too, like dropping links in the groups, the wax groups. Next thing you know, there's an Ohad that's like, "Hey, I want to be on a puzzle." I was like, she sent me the link. I was like, "Oh, I didn't know anyone still at that point. Like, I don't know who Broken Dollz. All right, I'm gonna message." And the first thing you said, because we're on Facebook now, we have our first name, more personal info. And he's like, "Hey," it says something about my name. I have a Hebrew name. He's like,
I
"Are you
was
from
like,
Israel?" I'm from Israel. I was like,
I was like, it's fun to meet somebody that had a bar mitzvah or
"Oh, that
something
yeah." You
like
said something about a
that.
bar mitzvah, and I was clueless how you knew that I had a bar mitzvah, like that I'm Jewish. I was like, "Oh, my last name. Okay, if you're in Israel, you probably could figure it out." So that was a really awesome connection. I was actually born in Israel, and that's where Ohad is. Now I'm in West. I grew up in West Virginia. All right, I call myself West Virginia now, but I was born there, and it was awesome to connect that way, just off the bat. And then we talked more, and I was like, all right, actually, let's keep going with this because then we had you on a puzzle that same week, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna be at Digicon this weekend. It was that same
Right,
time.
right. It was the first Digicon, right?
My
And with
my first,
Digicon,
and I never heard of it. Then I was like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. And that was my first Digicon, and you showed that puzzle on your slide with like Consumer Break on it, which basically put the ConsumerBreak name in some wax people's heads for the very first time, which was really neat. Captain Dejan's one of them, because I met him the next week, and he's like, "Yeah, I saw that on one of the slides over there," and blah, blah. So that's awesome. I just want to say that, and then from there, it just kicked off a whole year of like back-to-back collabs. Like it just started with you, and then I kept on going and streaming, and here we are.
You got your own, yeah.
Here
You got your
own convention, and I know everybody. So that's beautiful, and that's because you are just active on various platforms, just like seeing what's what. Hey, is this something new? Is this a way we can collab? Reaching out. I'm sure I would have talked to you at some point anyway, but the way that it happened first was just amazing.
It's, when I see something that looks cool, I want to share it with people, because some tools, I can think they're cool, I can use them, but maybe somebody else can really use them and can make something amazing with them, and I love being the guy that there's a new thing, you should check it out. There's a new thing, you should check it out. I mean, even the first WAXDAO farm was a broke.
Yeah, you're right. Let's highlight that too. Like you're the first one to experiment with that. You're like, hey, this is I can create a farm. And of course, WAXDAO at that point was in the infancy as far as farms go. Like it was never used. He made this tool. He needed people to try it out. And Broken Dollz was like, hey, I'm gonna try this out. Boom.
And I remember people started like, is this legit? And this legit? And I was like, yes, please use it.
And that's exactly, I had an AMA with him too. I've interviewed lots of wax folk. But that's the thing too, is like he built this thing, but he doesn't have time for marketing and validation. He needed actual collections to use it and use those names, use those brand names as like, hey, these guys are using it. It's not a scam, because that's the thing. Like if without that, it could easily be a scam, and you don't really know until you see more reputation. And that's how it starts. So like Broken Dollz got in there, more collections got in. The next thing you know, now a lot of collections use it. And ConsumerBreak uses it, and NFTOPIA will also use it in the future. It's a way to create farms and blah, blah, blah. So, and then also I want to say the way you reached out to me again, it also had to do with collaboration. So not only are you checking out new things that come in, you're like, how can we work together in some sort of way? Oh, this is a puzzle game where you're showing other brands. Oh, okay, let's try that. And that is exactly the type of spirit we all need as creators. Like we're sitting here creating, but in Wax there's all this collaboration. That's what this convention's all about too. And being outgoing and just especially hitting the new guys that are doing something cool. Anyway, if you see something cool that's new, introduce them. Like, I didn't know anybody at that time. I didn't know how to enter and meet anybody. Digicon was like a little gateway, and then me live streaming was a big one. But these
your
new
live
people
streams are amazing.
Need a little bit of a hand-holding, and not hand-holding, but just show that we're just regular people that love the community, and become friends with them and welcome them in. And then next thing you know, you could be like me, that's just full-blown all the way into the space. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and what's fun about Wax, that for me as a creator on Wax, I'm not only representing myself, I feel like I'm representing the ecosystem. So when there's something new, I want everybody to know about it, because we on Wax, we have it. I mean, I've been to a lot of spaces on Twitter before and after, a lot of each spaces when I just started, and another blockchain, you never hear people talk about the blockchain. They talk about the project. And on Wax, it goes with the ecosystem. I mean, it's always, I don't just talk about the Broken Dollz, I talk about the entire Wax ecosystem. And I think that's something that we have and other blockchain doesn't have. You know what I mean? When I talk about the farms, like there was a time, I remember a year ago, every Ethereum project promised a staking farm that you could stake in a market, and a t-shirt, and a game, oh, you want a token? 5 clicks on WaxDAO. What? You want a farm? 2 clicks on WaxDAO.
Exactly. What is all this promising for the future with the gas fees on top, when you can literally just do it like right now, boom, as an independent creator that without a budget, like without a high budget, like we're just here independent, we have jobs, we're trying to make things work, and we're creating an entire collection, and with all these elements, blending, packs, farms, all using little dashboards thanks to Wax tools. Oh,
Wax is
Yeah.
convenient for the fact it doesn't have any gas fees, so it helps a lot.
oh yeah, it
Yeah,
helps a lot.
yeah, yeah.
I would say.
The gathering definitely helps a lot, and I think once we're all talking about there's lots of talks about bridging lately and bridging stuff to ETH and going back. And some people ask me like, don't you think it would hurt the ecosystem because all the money's in other places? And I don't think so because the tools that are on Wax are still going to be on Wax. Wax can be used for a certain project as a layer two. Like, okay, if you want a big traders to trade on E, that's cool. But if you want to take that NFT and blend it to a rare NFT, you're gonna have to bridge it to Wax and do it. Then you can take it back to ETH or to whatever. But still, Wax is gonna be the, let's call it the gaming layer or the I don't know how to define it.
It's gonna be like the center of everything.
Yeah. I believe it can be because it's way easier to make stuff on Wax than in other blockchains.
And it can go. The bridging can go the opposite way, which is where this really comes in. Is that the people on the other chains that whenever there's collections that are bridged, they might be more liable to come to Wax and check it out and see everything that's here and stuff that they can do. Versus the other way of Wax people going to the other places.
Yeah,
The Wax
yeah.
people are already here. I don't think they want the gas fees. Like,
Nope.
so bridging kind of helps. I think it's a good thing, and some are starting to utilize it. But that's going to help bring some of the other chain people that are stubborn and they haven't heard of Wax. They're into their own thing. But if they actually see it in action and be like, okay, what's this here? Ooh, there's more things over here I can do with this collection that I already have. Like I got this ETH NFTs, but here they have these. Oh, I can burn them and I can get new different things, and I can stake them here. Oh, I got to go to Wax to do it, and that gets them in there. So I'd love to see more of that.
Yeah. Or even games. Okay, you'd play a Web3 game, so you'd be rewarded with an NFT. Okay, maybe you want to move that NFT to Ethereum and sell it, but still the game's gonna be on Wax.
Yeah, exactly.
No other blockchain can support that.
Yeah, exactly. So you could bridge to another chain for the NFTs, but then like you're saying, either a game or utility, whatever, it's all on Wax. So it's like the game is on Wax. You gotta go use it there, bridge it back over there. So yeah.
And now I'm digging into the new SDK for Unity. There's a new SDK for Wax, and I think it's a real game changer because I haven't dived in deep enough, but it looks way simpler than all the other options we used to have. So maybe there'll be a time that everybody can make a Web3 utility without too much hassle. And that could be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good talk. I think everyone watching already is just like pumping their fists. We all know the Wax is the best, but we got some comments in the Twitch here. Crypto Foxy, yes, Wax Fam is a nice community in general terms. Love it. Love this pixel art creations from Broken Dollz. Waxers are one of the best assets to collect. Well, thank you for saying that. I know, Crypto Foxy, you collect all sorts of cool stuff, and you not only that, but you put it on Twitter. You're proud of it, and I love that. Whenever you get something new and cool, you put it on Twitter. You tag that collection. Look at this cool thing I just got. Creators love that, so that's awesome. Pixalgia Wax says, I love Brokey.
Pixalgia, good friends.
Yep.
I think it's one of the projects that I actually seen from the first day that they're here, and every time they do something, I feel like there's a warmth in my heart that like I just love these guys, really.
Yeah.
Love everything about them.
Well, that's awesome. I love Pixalgia as well. He says, we're moving into the multi-chain realm and totally plan to bring people on board. Guess what? People from other chains playing Pixalgia will be exposed to the whole community by playing. Exactly. Same thing with any other games. Broken Dollz is an adventurer too in Pixalgia. I just became one 2 days ago. There's a Breakman one. That's
nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
And you have to get it through our drops. We had a collab drops to get it. Very, very cool. Ham Crusher's in here. Good afternoon and welcome. Crypto Foxy and his selfies to start the day. That's true. It's funny because at NFTOPIA school, Drawing Company mentioned that he's like, because we're talking about Twitter and like practices and how to get, get the algorithm, blah, blah, blah. And when we're, a lot of times creators, we're posting links and hashtags and we need to, like, especially like me, everything I'm posting has some kind of links to something. And I'm like, I'm not going to not post the link just because Twitter's going to downgrade me for it. But Drawn is like, a perfect example is Broken Dollz. He literally just puts selfies up to start the day, a GM, you know, something that Twitter's going to be like, and then when it gets engagement and it doesn't have, it's not loaded with marketing. It's just like, hey, this is me. I am the brand. I just think it's cool because it's like,
you know, it's funny because you know, all those weird promoters that send you messages on Twitter, you know, and it's like, are you doxxed? Like, bro, do you see my?
Have you looked at my Twitter?
Look at my Twitter. Like, what the fuck?
But it's cool. It's you are the brand. It's like, yes, this is my brand, but this is also me. I am. This is me. I'm the brand, and that's just a great way of doing everything.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people should. And you know, I'm talking from a perspective as one guy, and maybe it's a different perspective if you got a company. I'm trying to have fun.
Yeah.
If I'm not having fun, screw it. I got better stuff to do, you know. So once I look at it like that, and I'm really enjoying, really trying to give back, knowing that, yeah, I probably won't be rich from that, but there's lots of ways of being rich. You know, rich with friends, rich with experiences. It's not only, you know, on your bank account. So once I sort of understood that, everything just went smooth. Everything just started to be fun.
You guys hearing this perspective? This is how we all should be thinking.
I got actually the right to get that talk in the beginning of my project.
Yeah.
It was like a really in big part of my learning process so into the webs, the Wax ecosystem, because being a community manager is kind of hard, and like he managed it so well. Like he is a great leader.
Ah, I love you, sis. You see all this love,
Yeah.
This is worth anything. And you know, some people who, as a company, invested lots of money might say otherwise. And yeah, 100%. I'm talking about the perspective of the creator, which I believe that's the majority of people, of creators on Wax, that are more closer to you and I than to the companies, right now at least.
And a lot of them might yeah. I mean, you're kind of talking about bigger companies, but like we are our own company. We are brands. Some of us have some more products than just art. Sure, Pixalgi's got a game. I have a game, and we have companies. I have an actual company, and I see it that way. And I'm trying to create a business out of it, but at the same time, it's what you're saying too. So it's like, I wouldn't be doing it if I hated it. Like this is I have my own job and stuff. I'm doing all this as a side too, because this is what I like to do, and this is what I want to do for good, and that's part of it. So I'm just having fun while doing. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, to try to achieve those things, but at the end of the day, I'm here for the fun of it as well. Like that's why, even if I wasn't going to make, like you say, profits or be a huge success, just the fact that now I have all these friends and I'm like streaming, I'm meeting all these people, I'm learning and being a part of it, and most importantly, as a creator of the community is feedbacking to me, and they love my stuff, which just as creators, this is like part of it. So we have fun creating. But
that's the main.
When we have these other people that like our stuff and buy it, and it's again not for the profit, just the fact that you're owning it and you're proud of it and you're sharing it, using it. This makes creators feel really good, fulfilled. It makes us like, because that's also part of it. We like to create an experience for others. That's part of the creation process. So. And that's all just part of it. So us independents or companies, whatever it is, even if we're not profiting, the fact that the community is really engaging, we have a community. Each of our projects, all the projects have their own community, whatever size it may be, but we have our own Discords and stuff, and we have people in there and collecting. And that's all you got to really try to push as the number one when we're doing this.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I mean, and believe me, it's easier than going than carrying shitload of prints to conventions and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Well,
I
comparing
prefer
to
this.
conventions, yeah, I mean, clearly here, this virtual convention already probably gets you more eyes than a lot of physical ones, especially like local ones. I have been to a local conventions here. Pay $100 too, by the way, to get a table for one day. There's no live streaming. It's like there's people walking by. You might talk to some, but no, just like this, and that's just for this virtual convention. Like outside of that, we have everything else. The entire online community. So as far
And
as
not
getting
only
your
that,
stuff out there, yeah.
like NFTOPIA is a great opportunity for me to show my I call them Muglug friends, the friends that don't know NFTs, what's this about?
Uh-huh.
Because
Yeah.
you always know, they hear numbers and minting and blockchain and shit, and I was like, okay, go like come. I was like yesterday. I went to a stroll with a friend that's totally not. He hardly uses the internet, and he was like, "Man, this is cool."
Yeah.
This, you know what I thought? I thought you were all like in a dark chat room talking about numbers and shit, and they're like,
That, or it's like I hear
Yeah.
like the people that really don't know anything. They're like NFTs. Isn't that like just JPEGs? You know, or like scams? Isn't that scam
Oh, yeah.
JPEGs? Why would
I'll-
anyone?
I'll-
I don't get it. I don't get why I'm buying
I'll tell
JPEGs.
you. I'll tell you a nice story. Somebody, a CEO of one of the biggest projects that we know, he was in a convention with the German government about crypto, because he's a big shot. He knows his stuff, and I was like, yeah, what was the first question that they asked him? Are you not wearing a mask? And he was like, why should I wear a mask? Because you're all anonymous. And he was like, no, we're not anonymous. What are you talking about? And that's from the fucking German government. And so people are so clueless about this world. And,
Yeah.
you know,
It's just like any other creator web too. It's like it's just now we're monetizing in a way where we can with digital stuff, and it's just adding huge layers on top. But without this, you had your social accounts and so if you're not doing like physical conventions, but you got your Instagrams and your Twitters, and you're pushing your website. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just an artist. You can buy their art from their website. Like this is the same thing, but just with so much more added on top that we can do. But people will get it at some point. They'll get it. We'll move from Web 2 to 3.
I think that we should, and I've actually told this on numerous occasions on the WAXNFT, the official Wax, and to everybody, we should maybe try to not. The crypto is a swamp, and like I told it to the Wax people, when Wax goes to NFT New York, they're another blockchain, and in an ocean of huge monsters. There are medium fish. There's lots of sharks around, but if Wax goes to a regular convention like Comic-Con or whatever, they're the only one. They're the biggest fish around. And that's something that maybe we should start thinking about, reaching out. Like, we want mainstream people. We should go where there are mainstream people, not where like it's the same swamp of crypto people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think some of them. I know that Atomic Hub are going to San Diego, to Comic Con San Diego this year, so maybe they understood that. Yeah, and I hope we'll see more.
Yeah, and we didn't really talk about it, but like the fact that you went with Drawn Company to Comic-Con and actually like put in some effort to educate. Not only did you have a booth, which looked grand, that booth looked awesome, but you had a talk where you explained, and if like, well, it's funny because Drawn Company, like he talked about a little bit about how that went, and he's like you started it off with like, you've heard about NFTs and you listed all the bad things that everybody's heard about them. Like, oh, you've heard that they're scams and blah, 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 and all this. And then as a joke, because obviously he's a funny guy, funny NFT guy, he's like, and that's it. You're right. Presentation over. And then he's like, but wait, no. Let me tell you about Wax and why it completely fixes all these stereotypes that you'd think
that
of.
was a good. That was a good moment. That was
Yeah.
a good moment. Yeah, Matt is a genius.
And then I assume a lot of people that were watching like kind of got a better idea of it. And he said, and also people talking at the booth, he says a lot of times they're clueless, but a way in is asking them what they like to collect because they're at Comic-Con. And then they'll say what they like to collect, and then you just compare that to something on Wax, especially when it's Funko. It's like, oh, I'm a Funko collector.
Magic word. Funko is the magic word. Who was like, you collect Funko? Okay, let's open you.
There you go.
Here's some Game of Thrones Funko, and it was like, oh, I got a Theon Greyjoy, I want more.
It's like, oh my god, it's fun. Like, especially when they say, oh, I like to collect Funko, and they don't even know about NFTs. It's like, oh my god, look, these are animated. This is a Funko that's dancing around. What do you think of that guy? And it's like, you can still buy and sell them. They still have their limited amounts, just like a real product. And then you can explain the viral too, where you can actually get the product and blah blah blah. That's how you should go about trying to teach the broader audience. I think you guys did a great job.
I think the best response that we got was like this elderly lady at the end, and she came up to Matt and it was like, "Thank you for this. My son is talking about NFTs. I'm clueless. Thank you for explaining this." And Matt was like, "We got the moms, mate. We got the moms." Like, yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, you guys did a great job at that for sure.
Yeah, we're doing it again in November, in Birmingham again, and yeah, it's gonna be fun and cold and fun. And
cold and fun.
And that place is freezing.
It's a fun never ending.
Pixel just says Broken always has the coolest NFTOPIA Digicon booth. It's like a gateway drug. Well, he's been at it for a minute, so I guess how many? Well, I don't know how many Digicons, but I guess you probably attended like since you were I assume so. 2 years, 2 years of Digicons.
But I haven't. No, but the first one I attended was Digicon 6, I think. That's when I found out about it. And then on Digicon 7, so forth, I started having booths.
Cool. Out of 20 or out of 12, so.
Out of 12, yeah. So it's like half of them.
Half of them. Cool. Very, very, very cool. Yesterday night we did a conga dancing around the hall for Drunk Company. Yeah, we were doing that every time for his event. That was fun. You want to show us some more? I mean, we're looking at some cool arts right now, but maybe even Atomic Hub or whatever. Look at actual templates of your NFTs, your different kinds. Yeah. Waxtrages. Yeah. Show the fam some, and then maybe some backstories. How did you think of some of these and why?
Oh, dude, give me a sec.
And by the way, I'm sitting here at the same time adding this blend slowly. So here, pretty soon, I'll add the legendary blend, the Magic Scepter. And you guys can look at it. The content is made out of the dance party last night, so there you go.
You see the screen or no? I
have the screen up. Well, I'm seeing like the grid of.
I'm still on the Photoshop. Hold on. So I need to change it somehow. Hold on. Like stop sharing from here. Now. Just a sec.
No worries. Take your time.
Select screen to share. Here it is. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I see it.
Yeah. Broken Dollz. Okay, you can see that my most the wax stripes are the biggest part of my collection. That's definitely. This is funny. The green bat sticker. These are the stuff I used for the first forum on WaxDAO. I wanted to do something different than I usually do, so I just started doodling. And after time, actually, those doodles started like evolving, and I started actually doing like art that I'm not used to. As you can see, this is like Photoshop. And I got a lot of, let's see the templates. I think the easiest is to go through here. Yes, I have many collections that I haven't done anything with. I even have a Hebrew collection. Let's see, no schemes. Schemes. That's what I want. Let's talk about. Oh, let's talk about the dolls themselves.
Yeah, I
Actually,
was gonna ask how, like, when you first started, what made you think of the name and the brand, like the logo and
okay.
stuff?
I'm an avid toy collector.
Okay.
I got like tons of toys. Mostly in boxes these days because I don't have place for them. And over the years, I've accumulated lots of broken ones. And when I first came into Wax, the first two things that I saw was the Atari and the Garbage Pail Kids. And during that time, there was a kind of everybody was doing Garbage Pile Kids knockoffs. Everybody was trying to do something sort, or I don't want to name names, but there are lots of collections that got like inspiration from that, and I was like, okay, let's try doing something like that. But I didn't want to do it like everybody else, so I said, why not like use my toys? I got like tons of toys, and actually, let's see if I can see the first NFT I ever minted. Um, shouldn't be that hard to find. Hold on.
Mhm.
As you see, yeah, I got a lot. I got around 20,000 NFTs, I believe, minted, something like that. 300 templates. Here we're getting to the old ones. So yeah, these are the first ones. These are actual dolls. This is the first one I ever minted.
Cool. So yeah, this is great because with brand names it can be
Oh,
anything. I didn't realize it's literally broken dolls. Like you had
oh,
like toys that were broken and inspired
yeah,
this. So that's awesome.
that that's what started it. And after a while, sometimes it takes you time to understand what you're aiming at.
Hmm.
And when I started, nobody knew me. I had hardly any sales. First person who ever reached out to me was Yoshi.
Oh,
Yeah, from Yoshi Drop, and he was like, "Man, this is so cool, but maybe you could change this a little bit, change the prices a little bit."
well,
And he
that's
gave me,
nice that of Yoshi,
yeah,
who's got a huge following, for him to give
yeah.
you that. That comes back to Wax.
I
Him
was,
giving
I
you
was like,
input.
and I didn't even knew that Yoshi was that big. I was like, "Oh my god, a Japanese guy is following me on Twitter.
There you
That
go.
that's good enough for me, you
That's
know."
awesome.
Yeah, and then Nightwolf
Uh
is
huh.
one of the first people that like reached out and helped me a lot.
Oh wow,
So
cool.
over the time it evolved, and now there are actual doll parts, as you can see, and there are crafts on NFT Hive that you can uh, actually make dolls, and maybe in the near future, I've been talking about them about some new crafting system, so maybe that stuff would be even more upgraded. Um, and what's like important to me that for me to people to know that all those assets that people have collected, I cannot promise that each and one of them will have a utility in the future, but I am aiming for it on some level. Even if it won't be part of a game, I have other ideas and other plans for some of them. So if like somebody's holding something and he really likes the art, trust me, you're gonna use it at a certain point. Like I got lots of plans. Some of them more happening than others, but eventually I hope that the dolls will be used also. The dolls now have no utility. The wax strikes have a utility on Galactic 123, which is also good friends of mine. Alfred is an amazing guy. He's got the game. By the way, every Broken Doll NFT has a utility in Galactic 123, not just the wax strikes. If you hold any of them, you get a mining, digging, whatever bonus. I don't remember exactly. And just keep on pushing, keep on pushing.
That's what's up. Anybody got questions for Mr. Broken? We got about 10 minutes left in this event.
About the
Yeah.
game you showed me the other day, do you have a expected date coming up, or you still working on it?
What for the Ninja Swipe?
Yep.
Look, the Ninja Swipe game is 100% done. The thing is that I've tested it on the testnet. It worked, and then Wax changed for the new Wax Cloud Wallet, and it got screwed a little bit. Changed it again, but then I realized that maybe it should be something part of something bigger, and maybe I'm not approaching it like the right way because the, the game now is skill based. Like if you the score that you get, like that was my initial idea, that the score that you get will be the percentage of you winning an NFT, and that got a little bit complicated, and I didn't want to do it in a way that I would have to manually do and send everything. So no, I don't have a date yet, but what I'm thinking about doing is releasing the game regardless of the blockchain, just getting people to used to it, getting people to be good at it, and once we have like a community of people that playing and already knows the game good enough, then I'll integrate the Web3 part.
Great.
That was like my idea. You know, I wished I could have done it much faster. I wish Wax wouldn't change the wallet. It sort of screwed me that time. But yeah, you know, that's life, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And now that the Unity SDK is out, I'm sort of thinking maybe making it all over in Unity. It's not that hard to reproduce in Unity. Um, so I don't have a specific date, but I'm probably going to release a non-Web3 version in the like next couple of weeks, because that I can actually do tomorrow. So
That would be a
just,
good start.
I'll just whoop up a website, put it on, and you know, people start playing it, and we'll see how it goes.
Love
Nice.
it. Bloody Zealous says, "Nice, creepy Annabelle doll, awesome." Yeah, inspired by a real toy, as we learned. Very cool.
And do you have a collaboration coming up soon?
No, actually, I've cut down everything until after NFTOPIA. So yeah, I got some stuff, but everything's postponed. I told people, listen, let's get through NFTOPIA, and we'll see what's up. Um, no, but there's nothing like solid yet, so I don't want to, you know, don't want to just talk.
Ah, good.
I need to make you a extra. Come to think of it,
Did I send you my logo?
you will.
No, did I?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'll check maybe. Yeah, the TG. Right, yeah.
You want to show us some of your other past collabs? We have.
Just in case I'm gonna double
We don't
send
have
it.
a consumer break wax fridge either.
We don't
Maybe
have
sometime.
one. Really?
No, we did our puzzle. We haven't actually done, like me in general, haven't done too much NFT collabs. Everything has been the streams and the puzzles. But I'm starting to. We just did one with Pixelgia, so we're starting to. I'm open to it.
See, got collaborations, schemes, wax try. I'm not used to this new UI they did. No. Wait.
Those potions, though.
Yeah, those potions are cool. Let's see what happens if I just, you know, he wants.
That's a good thing you mentioned about the collaboration between us because I completely forgot to send you my logo. I just sent it.
Cool.
Right then.
Oh, okay. Here are the wax strikes. Let's see. The last collab I did was with Pixelgia, which was one of my favorites.
Nice.
And I also did one for Zuzler, my man, that when he got to 5K on Twitter,
Nice.
I actually surprised him. I did him a present. Um,
That's awesome. He's a great guy. He was on the main stage
yeah,
yesterday.
yeah. I've heard. Let's see. These are all mine. Oh, yeah, of course. One of the one of the first collabs I ever did was with the amazing people of Taco,
Mm.
which gave me a huge boost about a year ago because the Taco people are insane, and we sold 150 NFTs in 6 minutes, which was
Wow.
for me was like, what the hell, you know. And Nico was like, yeah, man, it's good, man, yeah, it's good, you know. And let's see, this is the Kuma Brat collab that I did with both of them. This is the Jack Crackers that I did with Crackers. This is with Exit Limbo. This is with Yoshi. The Nifty Wizards. Aquascape. Warrior, if people remember him. Like I rarely this is Galactic Brigade. Um, NFT Circus podcast, the Nifty Show. If people know, NFT Hives are good friends. Time Traveler, which is a fucking monument on a pillar on wax. This
Mm-hmm.
guy, good stuff, just good stuff.
Good
The
people.
Schnazzy collab, the Schnazzy collab. It's one of my like. This is so beautiful, really. And it's her art combined with like my filtering and stuff. This is one like the pieces I like the most. Um,
Mocha Twitcher has a question. The Broken Dollz drop link on NFT Hive links to Nifty blocks. I've never seen that cross market linking before. Is that something common?
okay, did you know that NFT Hive shows all the drops from everywhere?
Oh,
So
So you just-
you don't only see drops from NFT Hive. You see drops from.
so you
Nifty
put
blocks.
you just create a drop link in both places then? Is that right?
No, okay, no. Some stuff I try to divide. I try to drop
Okay.
on both of them. Some stuff I drop on Nifty blocks, but they will be shown on NFT Hive if you go to my if you go to the profile to the drops.
Hey, I'm just back. I can weigh in on this. We show like every drop on our side.
Mm-hmm.
We track the whole ecosystem. We also track all the sales, which we can show on Wax Market Cap and stuff. So we track.
Wow.
So yeah,
Basically everything.
basically
Yeah, that's
the
right.
easiest-
If you go to to a collection, it shows their sales beyond just the secondary. I don't know how you get all that data, but you have like drop sales and stuff. So
We're scrapping it
awesome.
all.
That's cool because you don't really see that elsewhere. You can see on Atomic Hub your secondary, but you don't see a collection's like drop revenues, and also the reputation score on there is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this new system is just
this is
really
from
awesome.
DigiCon 8. Yeah, these are the stuff I did for DigiCon 8,
Cool.
DigiCon 8 edition. This is the collab with 8-Bit Slammers. Which I love that guy. A couple of projects that haven't soared, but you know, a couple of people that's not here anymore, but you know.
What was your first wax dredge you ever created?
This one, Quest for Wax. Because basically, this is what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a tip. Never put a price on an NFT. Never. Like when I started, I think it was when wax was 30 cents. So 2 wax back then was like, yeah, why not?
But I think I already told you this.
Yeah, well, you learn.
Yeah.
Oh, so I forgot about the bounty vlog. I guess I shared it earlier, but I forgot to like re-shill it. Did anybody join it? Let's find out.
How did you forget it?
Yeah, you can push it in another AMA if you like. You can add it.
Well, it's
I
an
sent you
hour
a-
thing. No, it's not. People entered, so we're gonna roll with it. I shared it when we started, but I forgot to like re-shill it. So it is what it is. So let me draw that winner, and I just added the blend, by the way. So, which I can, well, let's look at it as soon as we go to the next booth, because it's, well, actually, no, sorry. The next one will be.
Somebody bought a physical sticker pack. Oh,
Ooh,
my God, the
nice.
first one. Yeah, whatever this is, reach me out on TG or Twitter, and I'll get him sent over. Oh, cool. How exciting.
Thanks for the biddies. The next event will be at Non-Fungible Lottery. I believe he's going to stream it, which will be cool. But look at this legendary real quick. And I got sound on it too.
Life's a question or a riddle. To figure out whatever path we're on often leads to break the constructs that we lean on as a Padawan. We deign to face the frameworks of the paradigm, shifts the pallets down. We arise to leave the levees lest we pine to leave the blinders on. Fist up!
What he's showing right now.
So, yeah, so that music is from Monster Vision. I put a song of his as the music, and I have the art that's the dance party all tripped up for the.
That's my first music collab with Ian. I've got a collab with him, Monster Vision.
Sweet, there you go. It's all collabs. It's all collabs.
Amazing guy.
Wow.
So what I just showed is the legendary that you're gonna blend all the potions for. You see,
Fist up!
it has the music from Monster Vision, and we got a dance party, and I'm holding the magic scepter in there. I recorded this last night at the party.
Okay, I was not wrong.
And I threw this together after I was done. So I hope it's legendary enough. But
It is.
But this, if you hold it, if you get it, you blend it. That does have an unlockable content with a password for this scepter here in the metaverse. And also, there's a Nuvo code in there for 10 points, so that'll be something. And then in the future, they can be utility. But there you go. So, and then, like I say, if you turn on the sound,
that we lean
you'll
on.
get an actual song, a rap hip hop song from Monster Vision. It came right from his YouTube. He just uploaded it a couple months ago, and he's thrilled to be on here too. So, shouts! It's all about collabs. Awesome, and I'll add the link to different places here in a minute. But let's draw this bounty block. Let me give you a winner, and we'll head over to Non-Fungible Lottery. So let's boom, and we got a common NFTOPIA pin that goes to RY5R4.wham. Congrats.
Mazel tov.
That'd be Regeb. Congrats. Mazel tov, indeed. Mazel tov. All right. So, yeah, let's wrap this up and move on. Thank you very much, Broken Dollz, for showing some of your stuff and your background.
My pleasure, bro.
And not only that, but this conversation was great, just about wax and why it's good and why the community's so amazing, and everything we talked about in this past hour was just awesome. So I love being with y'all and kicking off day 3 this way. This was fantastic.
That's a great start.
Non-Fungible Lottery, I think they're in Skunky Hall.
Yep.
All right, let's teleport over there and talk to Mr. Agent K. If he's streaming, we're going to raid. Otherwise, I don't know if he wants to, but if he's not, I'll continue. And we'll see you there. I'm going to teleport. It'll take me a minute, though.
Bye, y'all. See you later, Nate.
See you in a moment.